Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Monday evening. Big news day today. Tucker Carlson out at Fox News, Don Lemon out at CNN, and there's some other newsworthy things I'm going to go over. I also have a really good verse passage to share with you all, but I wanted to remind you, if you haven't already, go over and subscribe to Mrs. Dawg's channel. I have a link in the description down below. We are going to start putting more content on that, especially anything outdoors, garden related. However, it is also my backup channel. So if something happens to this channel, and you know on this platform anything can happen, that will be my backup channel. So it is imperative if you will go ahead and please just subscribe to Mrs. Dawg as well, so you have it in there. All right, and just hit the notification thing too, just like you have on mine. We would greatly appreciate it. Noticed today some interesting news. Sales of United States beer brand Bud Light plunged. Sales plunged an alarming 17% amid their recent advertising campaign. You know, you're aware of it probably. Not surprising, really. In fact, I'm surprised that it only plunged 17%. It's probably more than that, but that's all they're saying. But I think that's very telling. Indeed, very telling. I mean, how dumb was that? I mean, a beer like Bud Light, especially. I'm not disparaging Bud Light drinkers, okay? However, considering the angle of the campaign, no, it's not going to work with that. Not with that segment of the population, okay? CNN fired Don Lemon, said he was notified through his agent, and he was stunned that they let him go. Y'all, I thought he was already gone. That's how much I watch CNN. Very little, really zero. But I thought he was already gone, and I guess we got Miss Dawg said the same thing. She's like, I thought he was already gone from CNN, but I think what happened is he was moved from some other show, I think, a while back, and I think we just mistook that as he was gone from CNN altogether. So when I heard this, I thought, what? Anyway, he's out. He'll probably find his way somewhere else, I'm sure. The biggie, Fox News cut Tucker Carlson. Wow. Out at Fox News. It says they quote unquote agreed to part ways. Now, his last show was this past Friday. And the word is he didn't get notification that he was gone until this morning, Monday morning. So that's very interesting. There's a lot of speculation as to why. As far as this recording, at the time of this recording right now, as far as I know, he has not made a comment about it. Not yet, at least. My take is they wanted him to dance or do something that he didn't agree on, or they wanted him to stop doing a certain segment or interview or whatever, and he said no. And they decided to pull the trigger. Now, I think Fox News, in my opinion, is going more left. I believe that they will make a full tilt going that way. It'll hurt them. I mean, Carlson was like their star. I mean, this guy was pulling in the highest ratings of just about any cable, I think, or the top cable show in TV. So I can't imagine that it's helping Fox News at all. Very interesting, but he will be fine, I'm sure. I mean, he could go on his own if he wanted to and be just a mega, star. So make probably a lot more money than he was at Fox. So it's probably a good thing for him, actually. But yes, as for Fox News, I think they're more mainstream than ever. They have been mainstream for quite a while now. The only reason we would watch little parts of it, especially Tucker, that was about the only one we watched. There's a couple of other people on there that are okay, but as a whole, I really don't think they're that much different from the other cable channels, personally. I saw another story where it says behind closed doors, the Biden administration fears the aftermath of a failed Ukrainian counteroffensive. Interesting. You know, I've I hear two things. I hear conflicting reports. It's like, who is winning this conflict? Because you're not really getting accurate reporting. On the one hand, you hear that Russia is on the ropes and that they're spending they're losing all their army and they're running out of ammo, they're running out of this and that. They have more they have no more tanks left. I don't buy that. I don't buy that for a minute. And on the other hand, you hear that Russia is making advances, and I think that's true, and that Ukraine is the one on the ropes, and that they have a finite number of soldiers and equipment. And that's why the United States has been sending money left and right and sending weapons and ammo left and right just to keep it going. I think that's probably more the case. Um, my concern here is that not so much as which one is right, is my big concern is that this is going to keep going in the direction of what's next. You're going to see United States and Canadian and European planes and boots on the ground and troops en masse in there. I don't want to see that for sure. At its heart, I think it's a money laundering scheme. I think it's just a moneymaker full of corruption. And hopefully they will just come to some kind of peace agreement somewhere along the lines, is what I'm thinking will happen. But again, my concern is that it will devolve and just we'll send in people, and it's not worth one American life. It really isn't, in my opinion. That's just the way I look at it. Also, European Central Bank is entering its final stage of investigation phase of the digital, yes, the digital euro project. You guessed it, the CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. It's coming, folks. It's coming in one form or another, and they're going to kind of uh, ease it in there and make you think that it's great. And a lot of people are going to go right for it. So, but that's coming. It'll be interesting. Walt Disney Company cutting several thousand more jobs, beginning its second wave of layoffs. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. There's been a lot of talk about the United States dollar being just falling flat and going away and collapsing, this and that. Now, I will preface this by saying I'm not a financial expert. However, I've been reading a lot. I've been watching a lot of videos of financial experts and on both sides. And what I've come up with is that generally, I think that yes, the dollar is being devalued, got inflation, but as far as it's just falling flat and just totally collapsing, I don't know about that. I just don't think. I think that from what I'm reading, what I'm seeing, is that the dollar is still a major player on the world's balance sheets. If you look at the whole world businesses, the banks, it's still a big deal. So now, if it's going to devolve and just collapse altogether and lose its world reserve currency status, that may be the case. But even if the BRICS nations were able to overtake it, I think that's not going to happen overnight. I think that would be over a period of time. And I've heard people say it could take years, it could take decades for that to happen. Now, anything can happen. Anything can come up and bite us, and everything falls apart. But that's just my thought. So I'm not really. That's not the top of my list as far as concerns. I know I may be in the minority in that thinking. Share what you think. Also, Share what you think about old Tucker Carlson. Is he going to go somewhere? Is he going to go to Newsmax? Is he going to go to the Blaze? Is he just going to start his own thing? What do you think? It'll be interesting to get your take on that. Verse for today is 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 6 says, the point is, whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Amen. That's pretty wise. I mean, that's true, and that can be applied in a lot of different situations, relationships, work, your garden. You know, if you sow sparingly and don't water it, you're not going to reap from it. You know, you're not going to get much of a bounty. It can also apply to your walk with Jesus, you know, your prayer life. I believe the more time we put into that, uh, the more we get out of it. You know? So that's my thoughts. Share your thoughts on that one as well. I would appreciate it. Again, I appreciate all of your support. This world continues to be, I think, not just the nation, not just North America. I think the world continues on a slide right now, a downward slide. I think we need to be more aware and situational awareness more than ever when we go out. Still do your things, still go about your business, but let's be very aware. A lot of people are losing their minds, they're losing their wits, they're losing patience, and people on a short fuse right now. I've noticed it. Uh, it's getting worse, and so we need to really be mindful of who's around us and what we're coming up on. If we need to make a U-turn and go the other way, we need to do that. Okay. All right. Again, share your thoughts. Let's stay safe out there. God bless you. I'll see you soon.